Up, everyone? Welcome back. Rabdasai Weather is here. I am back with the very cold late night update for Wednesday night, January 31st now, 2019. And speaking of the cold, it is definitely very cold outside right now. I know I've not posted a video in quite a while now, quite a few months. I think the last video was in October, but I did feel like I should make another one here to talk about this extreme record-breaking Arctic blast we've been having in the Midwest Northeast region over the past couple of days. The polar vortex has made its return, and as you can see here, people are doing that little boiling water challenge where they do throw the boiling water into the air and freezes basically instantly in these negative sub-zero conditions. And if we do look at the temperatures right now throughout the country, you can see judging by the pinks and the purples, it's very cold outside. Very, very cold. These are the actual temperatures. So you can see negative 20s basically all throughout the Midwest region, especially in the Minnesota and Wisconsin area. And even down south, we have temperatures in the single digits all the way down into the Virginia region, teens all the way down to around Tennessee, and even temperatures reaching the freezing mark here in Jacksonville, Florida. Really the only warm spots right now are in southern Florida and South Texas and in southern Arizona, and those are the spots where you usually find warmth this time of the year. And if you look at the wind chill map, you can see that we have a negative 44-degree wind chill right now in northern Minnesota, near the Canada border in northeast Minnesota, next to the Great Lakes. This is Lake Superior, I believe. And as you can see, the rest of Minnesota is basically close to negative 40 wind chills. So that's what it feels like. It feels like a negative 40. These are very dangerous conditions for sure, especially at night since you don't have the sun either. And you can get frostbite in these conditions within just a couple of minutes if you are not properly dressed and in proper layers. So if you do need to be heading out at this hour, then hopefully you are dressed up very, very warm. And even if you are dressed up very warm, it's still going to be very cold out there. And now if we look at the current conditions, for example, just to show you what's going on, in Chicago right now, we do have a low of negative 18. If I refresh to see if that updated, no, it is still negative 18 degrees. And the wind chill, as you can see, is negative 37. Very, very chilly, almost unreal. I'm pretty sure this is probably close to a record, if not for the actual temperatures, probably close to a record for the wind chill values. As these are very uncommon, very rare conditions, even for the Midwest region, even though they do get some pretty cold temperatures usually in the wintertime. This is still very unusually cold for the area. And as you can see, the low is still going to be dropping over the next few hours. The low is usually around 6 to 7 a.m., so a few hours for that. And it's forecast to be negative 26 with wind chill values as low as negative 42, with that wind blowing up to 10 miles per hour with probably some higher gusts as well. And as you can see, for tomorrow, the high is forecast to be in the negative, so it's not even going to reach a positive degree value for the daytime at all on Thursday. And also, there's going to be wind chill values as low as negative 42 once again, so that wind is going to be continuing to blow out of the south, and that's definitely going to bring some very, very chilly conditions. And also, there's also a chance of snow. It's forecast to be only about a half an inch or less than a half an inch, but it will increase for Thursday night, a chance of 1 to 3 inches for the Chicago region. And so with that wind blowing, there's definitely going to be blizzard-like conditions. And also, you can see there is a wind chill warning for the area until noontime. And actually, it is so cold in Chicago right now that firefighters are forced to light the rails on fire because the steel beams do contract in these especially cold temperatures, and that does cause them to break. And so the workers have been keeping fires going on the train tracks to prevent that from happening. So that just shows you just how cold it is that they are forced to be doing this in these extreme cold conditions. And also you can see, if you look at the temperature right now in the South Pole at the Amundsen Scott South Pole weather station, it's negative 7 degrees right now. So it's actually warmer, much warmer than what it is in Chicago and much of the other regions in the Midwest right now and in the Northeast. And of course, it is summertime in Antarctica, summer, quote unquote, because they don't really see real summer-like conditions. Of course, the warmest it probably gets in the area is like 15 to 20 degrees, but it is still very unusual, very peculiar. That we are seeing the temperatures in a wide region of the United States colder than at the bottom of Antarctica at 90 degrees south. Is very interesting that I saw that. And so now looking at where this cold is going, how long it's going to last. If we just move the GFS back a little bit, back to hour 72, you can see where the cold came from. The cold did shoot down from Canada and entered into the Minnesota region. And as you can see, last night the temperatures were in the negative 30s, to close to negative 40 for these lows. The highs all day did not get out of the negative 20s. Oh my God. And in negative 30 high in this station, this town, I'm not sure what it is, it's not labeled, but one area in northern Minnesota. So we're talking about highs in the negative 20s to even negative 30, not even the lows. That's insane. And so as you can see, though, the cold has been slowly shifting towards the east. The good news, however, is that it is becoming less and less extreme as it is starting to pull back up into the north. So for the day tomorrow on Thursday, the temperatures will still be very cold, negative teens, but uh, it's pretty bad when you can say that the negative teens are much warmer than what you've had the previous day. And as you can see, the cold will also start spreading further, single-digit highs for much of the state of New York and New England, and teens a little bit further south into the Jersey area in my region. And then, as you can see, the cold does continue to shift, but it does become a lot less extreme. The coldest reading we see here is about -9 here in New York for Friday morning. And then Friday afternoon, things do start to look a little bit better. Still pretty chilly, but it does start to look better. And then Saturday, it should start to be heading back into average temperatures. And actually, after that, we're going to be seeing some warm temperatures. Sunday is going to be a pretty mild day throughout much of the country. And in Atlanta, it will be a pretty mild 63 degrees for Super Bowl 53. And so anyone who is seeing the Super Bowl in Atlanta, it won't be that bad out. You might just need a light jacket, but it won't be that bad. And if we do see the warmth will continue to spread further north, and we're actually seeing some very unseasonably mild conditions. What a change! This is definitely some interesting weather that goes from record-breaking cold temperatures to possibly record highs for Monday. And as you can see in Indiana, mid 60s, and then for Tuesday, the warmth does spread into the mid-Atlantic region, highs in the 50s and 60s along the eastern seaboard. And if we look at the Climate Prediction Center out of National Weather Service for looking at the next 6 to 10 and then also 8 to 14-day period, so the good news is that there is going to be some pretty nice warmth that will feel amazing over the next 6 to 10 days. But the bad news is that the cold weather is going to start returning in the next 8 to 14-day period. If you look at the 8 to 14-day period, you can see throughout much of the Midwest and the West, it is blue, and these shades of blue indicate the probability of below average temperatures, and the shades of orange and red indicate the probability of above average temperatures. And as you can see, much of the Midwest and Plains region is about in the 50% or higher range of below average temperatures. So we are going to be seeing some below average temperatures returning. But the good news is that it shouldn't be anything as bad as we've seen over the past 24 hours. So I do think that most regions in the country have now seen their coldest day of the year, and so it can only go up from here, right? And if we also look at the precipitation, any chance of snow? Well, let's find out. So we do have a chance. This is the average precipitation rate. If I go to the rain and frozen, you can see that we do have a chance of snow coming in to areas of Ohio and PA, and also in southern New Jersey for tomorrow into Friday. And if we look at the snowfall total forecast, you can see that we do have a forecast. It's going to be really light. It's going to be about maybe 1 to 2 inches, maybe 3 inches in the higher elevations of West Virginia. And we'll do also have some fairly heavy lake effect snow that will be coming into the area just off of near the Rochester area in New York. And so that could be up to maybe 4 to 6 inches. But besides that, not much in the way of snow throughout the Northeast region over the next several days. But we will be seeing a chance of some rain showers for Monday night into Tuesday. And so that's all I have for today. The next update will probably be maybe whenever there's interesting weather again, or really whenever I feel like it. Thank you for watching.